Okay, here I've got a connection that actually will lead from Egyptian to Sumerian, and a lot of people have been looking at, for this forever, and I think I found a real good connector and something that shows you, other than, they when they first were out for sure, there was records going back and forth between them on cuneiform about bread and grains and things like that that were being distributed back and forth. And it looks like the genetics that we look at now, the grain came from Sumer that is there. And since the prevailing wind, I believe, goes the other way, it would signify that it had been seeded by Sumer, almost in a Johnny Appleseed effect. Well, I had a guy, I made a couple of Egyptian videos now that show some DNA evidence and a lot of Caucasian Egyptians that they're all of a sudden coming out with now that Hawass is not over it anymore. They're actually coming out with a lot of stuff. And I think it's great for everybody. Well, I guess except for the Afrocentrics, because they don't like the fact that it doesn't show a bunch of black people. Well, why would it? Well, they have this dream that they were all black people. Well, whoever thought that? I mean, you see some black sculptures on the wall and things, but everybody else is kind of reddish brown and tan, and the females are lighter than the males. I mean, where do they ever get that from? Well, they just thought that, and now you find out there's a new black Hebrew Israelite movement where they say they were the ones that created the Bible, even though you find out that there wasn't a written language in Africa until over 1000 AD, and Islam brought it to them as they started off their conquest of using them, and then started up the slave trade with them and Jews and Spaniards, and started up the slave trade where, I don't know, 92% of it went to South America, and they would try to get over chicken pox. And the funny thing about that is that's the telling sign right there, because if they were getting chicken pox, then they hadn't been exposed to the other people. Yeah, and so if they hadn't been exposed to the other people yet, because that's how you get chicken pox, it's how it happened in North America. So that instantly shows you that the West Africans who were being taken over here into slavery, the North American blacks that we have nowadays, where did they come from? I don't know, some place that they had never been exposed to Egypt or the Levant area, or they would have not gotten reactions to chickenpox. Just like the South Americans did, just like the North American Indians did and stuff. Whenever you run into them when you have a disease, that's the way it works. Diseases go around the world. And sure enough, that right there is an immediate telltale sign. There's a lot of records where more than half of them had it. Well, that's a ratio almost worse than normal people were having it. So it's pretty much just rampant, like they'd never experienced it before. Isn't that amazing? Let's look at some of these pictures though, and then I'm going to show you a little reveal here. They're going to go all the way to First Dynasty. We're going to see things from 5th, 6th, 8th, some all the way up into 18th Dynasty. But they're showing you Negroid features and then Caucasian features. And the one on the left is what they have is the thing. This is a pharaoh though, and so she looks kind of like the one on the bottom, or in between actually. She's got blue eyes though, and so where is all this coming from? This guy goes through 4 museums looking through all the stuff, and he shows you all the black people, all the white people and stuff, and there's some black people coming up too. So we'll look at this, but you can tell these people are all Caucasian, and all the pharaohs from that time, and just everybody, really is pretty much Caucasian. You don't really see the Negroid features that they put on people. They draw Negroids quite often, and they use certain features for them. And yeah, look how light these people are. And I'd say that does look like that lady. Bottom left, top right. Definitely. So, yeah, this looks like Negroids. They're not Egyptians. Let's see. So here's the Negroid pictures. And usually shows rings in their ears and stuff, and that special hair thing and stuff. Yeah, see the rings in their ears? And they're captured. They've got their arms bound. Yeah, they've all got the ring things. Let's see. Yeah, there's a good picture right there. You stop it right here. So to see, they got the rings in their ears, and whenever they'd capture them, they'd put a ring through their ear, and so they knew they were a slave. There may have been even some scratching or markings on each one of the earrings to let them know it and stuff, but so they've got them, boom. That's what they used to put, either a ring in their nose or a ring in their ear. Usually it's an ear, it seems. Luckily, nobody wants to put one in the nose, man. That'd make you tear up all the time. I don't know how people do it today, but yeah, there's the Egyptians. There's the captured Negroes. So, it's got to be Nubians. Here's Nubians. They're captured too. See, their arms are bound behind their backs. So, after centuries are diluted, they are related to the ancient Egyptians as the Eskimos are to the Nordic race. Well, yeah, that's okay. Bad analogy here, dude, but yeah. Yeah, check this out. They show lions eating the heads of black people. It's just, and that's their symbol of killing them off. That they give them problems every now and then. And here it is right here. Here's Menez, first statue. And you look at this statue and the way it looks, and that beard and the rippling and the squared offness. And you look at this picture right here from First Dynasty, and you can see this look here, and those hollow white eyes, and the stature and the shoulders, and then the way this squares off real bad. Just the kind of look of it. Looks a little different than the other ones did, didn't it? Well, let's look at this here real quick. Let me see if I can, ding, 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 ding. Let me see if I can find this. It'll take a second to load here. And so what we're going to look for is Sumerian priests. And there are some statues that look exactly like that. And I think we found the connection for the part of the end of the Sumerians. So here they are. And of course they always show them, they're always inset with these blue eyes. And there's Inanna, the goddess. She's said to be real pale with red hair and green eyes. And doesn't that sound Irish? And when she gets mad, her eyes turn red. But look at the blue eyes on this guy. And they're inset. And conspicuously, do you see how they're inset just like the Egyptian thing? They don't have a little flick on them, but sure enough, they're inset and painted too. So it's got that same idea, and people haven't really put this together too much, but you see these different priests here, and they have beards, and they're all holding their cowls in their arms, but doesn't this guy here look like him? Or let me see, come on, there's 20, 30 different guys that are usually your common pictures and stuff that they show you. And all of these priests have different looks to them, but tell me that doesn't look like that same guy with that cowly beard and that squared off look. He kind of looks like Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac. Where's the better picture? There's, like, you get a family of these things in here, okay? And then once it pops its little focus here, look at these here in the back. You see, got the inset blue eyes. And doesn't that, if it's all broken off, wouldn't that look just like those statues? It's that same statue. You see it there, the statuaries. They all have that same look and that squared off beard. It's not the long little pointy beard of the Egyptians. It's this ripple beard. It looks just like this one here. And it looks just like this one here. This guy. Looks like that, right? So after y'all see this, now we're going to go back and look at the other picture again. But I just want y'all to see that. And then now let's go back to the ancient Africa. Is this it? No, it's this one. Pharaoh Menez. Are you going to be able to do it, computer? Dun, 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 dun. I think the daughter's back there uploading stuff at the same time. So again, let's look at this Pharaoh Menez here. Oh, is it going to reload the whole thing? That's just great. So let's see if I can find it here real quick for you. Because it was right in here somewhere. It's right here, maybe? Okay, let's see here. Sounds like I'm getting a double play. Oh, let's see. These are the captured Negroes again. Let's not go through that again, people. Here's the ancient Egyptians. There they are. Where's this Menez guy, though? There's the Nubian prisoner. Okay, so what did that guy look? Here he is right here. First Dynasty, King Menez. And doesn't that look like one of those statues there? It's got the same cowl over as it, same facial structure, same eye set, same squared off beard, same shoulder structure. What we don't see is that his hands come over and meet in the middle. But isn't that the meeting of his hands stuck to his belly right there? Where that arm and that hand would come together and both hands would be clasped over each other. That's that piece. And this part of the arm broke off and that part right there broke off. I think it is. In fact, I'm pretty sure. There's one more statue that looks like this out of this same area too. So, I believe that's it. There's your connection on your Sumerians. And of course, the Sumerians were the Aryans of ancient. So, and he's supposed to have been, this guy here is supposed to be the son of Emperor Sagara. And Sargara would probably be Sargon. Sargara would be his name through Persia and into the Sumerian area. And if you put that and you put the on of a Greek or a Roman name where we get all of our stuff from, the Latin, Sargara would turn into Sargon, right? Like a lot of the Greek and Roman words, they put us on the end of them, right? Like Saturnus is Saturn and Kronos is Kron, but they just put a us on the end of it. Like Zeus is actually Zeus, and that's the Z symbol, and the lightning bolt, and the Z, right? So anyhow, yeah. Name of Sargon's son in Sumerian. Manis would be the name of Sargon's son in so that King Menez, Manis, it's got the same flavor, and it's real simple to do it. Well, the black people put out this and they say that's him. Now this is King Menez. It's in the book. It came with all the inscriptions onto it. That's a servant, scribe. Look at his hat. But yeah, look at this intricate work that they had all back then too. Isn't it amazing to know that all these Caucasian people were starting this all out? Here's the scribe rolling out a tablet shell. Fourth Dynasty, way back when, and they have these face cowlings. Fourth Dynasty, Old Kingdom. And tell me that doesn't just look like Caesar or somebody right there. I mean, that's straight up. That's about enough. That'll about do it for this one. I appreciate y'all. Like it, love it, and enjoy. Peace.